Old and Nikki here with another Halo 4 campaign mission walkthrough. Today I'm going to be doing the Requiem mission, SLASO, for the weekly challenge. I am not really sure exactly when that challenge will be posted, but I wanted to get this mission done and up on YouTube because I'm going to be out of town for the next couple of Mondays, and I just want to make sure the mission is done.
Doesn't look like the Covenant.
Anyway, we start off here. And we run over this front, grab a fuel rod cannon.
Why?
And I'm running back here. I'm running to another spot where there's more fuel rod ammo. And by the way, in Halo Reach, it's called the fuel rod gun, or FRG for short. Halo 4 is a fuel rod cannon, so excuse me if I get those confused every once in a while. Anyway, as we do in a lot of other missions, we're just running. Going back to the weekly challenge, the challenge would be Requiem SLASO or SLASO, and whenever that actually becomes active, I'll modify the comments and description of the video to reflect the week that it is an active challenge. But anyway, as we run through the path, we're coming up on sort of a container here on the far end. We're going to grab a battle rifle.
Nice to see your luck is holding out.
And right about here, and jump in the hog. And now we're driving, not running but driving. Okay.
About my
And this is a bit of a long drive.
I want to mention it, seeing as how it's a complete long shot. But since you
A
brought
few
it
jumps
up,
in here, and actually
it's possible that getting home
one of the
could be
achievements of the
solution when I
game,
ran-
the campaign achievements, was big error at midnight on Requiem. I assume it had something to do with the hog, but basically it was doing one of these jumps right at the stroke of midnight in a hog on the Requiem mission. I kind of always thought that was kind of a screwy achievement, but I stayed up late one night and stroke of midnight did a jump and got the achievement. So anyway, we're still riding along here. Now the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing what's called the backtrack skip,
Stronger this time.
and
Do you think there's something to it?
it's very similar to the one in Reach on Pillar of Autumn, where you backtrack to despawn elites. But we come out here in this valley, and you notice real quick there was a phantom dropping off coveys. There was another phantom on the other side of the valley dropping off coveys. But instead of battling them, we're turning around and going back the other way to the area where we made the last jump across a gap. And then right about here, I'm going to bring the hog right up about here and park it. Well, it bounced around a little bit. Anyway, we want to run up here, right to the edge, a little black mark. Plant your foot there, go crouch jump over to here. I'll walk through the wood, crouch jump up here, aiming a little bit to the outside edge, jump, turn left and jump here. Okay, notice the screen freeze. That's basically telling me that the coveys up ahead just despawned. Alright, do a sprint jump back across the gap, hop in the hog, and off we go. And we're driving again. Now what, oh jeez, if we could drive. Nice. Okay. What we're going to be faced up here, our first real enemy is going to be a concussion rifle elite. It's guarding the entry to a path leading up to the cartographer's structure. And we're going to take him out with the 50 cal on the hog here. Some people like to run up and assassinate him, some people like to use the ghost, but this is the safest method. First thing I need to do is we need to drop that snipe tower. Because he tends to hide behind it, and we can't get a good angle on him. And now that that's down, just start firing the 50 cal. And what I'm trying to do here is fire and pause, so I don't overheat the barrel of the machine gun. But I just did anyway. Alright, got my machine gun back, and notice that his, there we go, the shield's just popped, and he should be down here momentarily. There he goes. And now we're going to set up for the second part of the skip. I'm going back up to the first part of the valley, where that first snipe tower was. There we go. Well, I could have gotten closer. But anyway, I'm running over here to get a ghost. And bringing the ghost back to this area where the elite was. And I'm going to park it right here on the edge of this jump up. There we go. And run back and grab a second ghost. I'm actually going to use that first ghost as a bit of a ramp. Okay. There we go. And by the way, if you hit your jump key, which happens to be the A key for me, it'll lift the nose of the ghost, make it a little bit easier to get it up and over. Alright. Run up under the pillar here and immediately back up. That spawns 3 grunts, at least one of which has a fuel rod cannon. Yep, there's 1, 2, and 3. Oh, there were 2 of them.
If we're going to
Run up here real quick, grab the fuel rod ammo.
I don't suppose you have a plan for that.
And now we're going to take the ghost up
Asking is not my strong suit.
towards the cartographer's building, and the idea here is to get it far enough up so that when we turn around and go back, we spawn, we despawn a lot of enemies. The further up you go, the more coveys that you despawn. Okay, I'm lining myself up for a little boost up to right about here. Ooh, getting sniped at, getting fired at. Turn around and get the heck out of Dodge. Alright, bring the ghost back down. Alright, jump out of here. Sort of doing a relay race now. I'm going to use the other ghost. The first thing I'm going to do is grab a Covenant carbine. Don't really need the battle rifle anymore. And we're back to the gap, and we'll do the jump again, and back over the gap, and that'll despawn a lot more coveys. And it's nice to know that the ghost is a little bit quicker than the hog. When the boost is gone on the ghost, it regenerates fairly quickly. So when you feel the boost going, just pause there for a couple of seconds, and you'll get boost back. And park the ghost right here, running back to that same little spot, plant the foot on the black spot, cross jump across to here, walk up to here, turn, cross jump up here, aiming to the outside a little bit, turn left and jump. Screen freezes. That's telling me that I've just despawned a bunch more coveys. Sprint jump back across. And we're off to the races again. If I could get through the barrel. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Now basically I've despawned all of the coveys except for the a sword elite that has camouflage, 3 grunts, and 2 shielded jackals, which I'll have to take out. And they're at the top level of the cartographer's building on the outside. Got to get past them to get inside. Okay, I'm going to park this guy right here. Jump up, and we're going to run up to the next ghost, and we're doing a relay race back. Notice that the carbines respawned as well. I just went over there to make sure I had full ammo. Okay, just easing on up here, and I'm going to take an easy path this time. Notice there's no cubbies around there. There's no cubbies on the left. There's no cubbies on the right. And there'll be a few cubbies right around here. Grunts and jackals. There's none here. So we're left with the elite, 3 grunts, and 2 jackals. And he throws a sword up in the air and goes camo and retreats. So first you want to do is take out the grunts. Unless you have a target of opportunity on the jackals, because they are a pain in the butt. I'm using the ramp as cover here, because they tend to fire center mass, which is basically at your chest, your heart. And if you can just peek over the edge, you may be able to get shots off with them firing into the ground, as it were. Sometimes they'll see, most of that fire is going into the ramp, not into me. But I am getting tagged a little bit. If I were a little quicker, I could have taken him with his shield turn. You know, this is a bit of a choke point. Sometimes you gotta throw grenades up there to get them to move. Okay, got one of them running across. Oh, I actually got both of them. Okay, when that happens, the elite will come out. He's sometimes he'll just charge us straight. Sometimes he'll start throwing grenades. But basically, you got to hit him 4 times with the fuel rod cannon, and 4, boom, and he's down. That was a little tougher than normal, but still, just dodge the grenades. And you should be okay. Pick up the active camo, and we've cleared the outside. Let's go to the inside. And that took, about 11.5 minutes. Not bad.
There's that phantom signal again.
I don't know why does it take so long for this door to open up. I'm just sort of shadow dancing here. Okay, first thing we're going to do when we come into the building is do a technique called crating, which is basically using barrels and crates and such to create barricades, so that, in this case, cubbies cannot get through a door. And what this will do is reduce the number of enemies that we have to kill in this building. I first saw this technique used on Long Night of Solace on Reach. What a scary mission that was. Alright, and I'm just being very careful that I don't tip this thing over. I'm trying to maneuver this crate so that the weapons are facing outward. That way I have access to them. Okay. And I'm in essence barricading this door right here. Because behind that door, I believe, are an elite. Or it could be an elite. 3 grunts and a shielded jackal. 2 shielded jackals, at least. Alright, what I found with the crates here, these ammo crates, ooh, if you sort of aim at the middle and hit them right on the edges, the outside edges, and spin them around, they won't tilt over. And they will move a little bit. Also, the fact that you got all the skulls on makes you a little bit stronger. And the effect of meleeing something like this is makes them move further. Be a little tougher to do without any of the skulls on. Alright, I'm kind of maneuvering this around so the weapons here are facing out. Now, the amount of time it took to set this this thing up, I just got rid of the fuel rod cannon, by the way. Basically, it's a little bit less than if I'd had to deal with the enemies, plus the cubbies that are behind the door, plus I don't have to deal with the cubbies behind the door, which is less chance for making a mistake and dying. Alright, now this time I'm moving this container down to the lower level. And you see that door there. Behind that door, is a couple of grunts and sometimes an elite. And I actually think that the room that I barricaded up on that level up higher, that second level, I think there's a passageway down to this level as well. I'm not absolutely sure, but I think so. That's why the elite sometimes shows up and sometimes doesn't. Alright, this game's squared, centered. Okay, so we're all set. We've done our two crating thingies there. There's actually a third one you can do, but it's almost not worth the effort. So we hit the activation switch on the cartographer, and we're in a forced cutscene that I can't get rid of or skip.
Requiem. At least we know where we are now.
And we're waiting for the chief. Now I cannot hear what's being said there when I'm doing the voiceover. So basically, what we have to do now is we have to activate two switches to eliminate the power fluctuations. And I just ran back around there to the crates to make sure I had full ammo. Alright. Activate the light bridge. Come here, activate the switch. Turn around, jump up, and get out of there while we can. Turn to the left, and there's a bunch of cubbies down here. And what we want to do is we want to take them out, as many out as we can from distance.
This type of processing system usually works in parallel. We'll have to locate its train.
Okay, we just got that one shielded jack left. The more we take out from up here, the smaller the number that we have to deal with up close. And oh, I had a chance to get him, and I twitched my thumb there and fired over his head. Okay. Here we go. I'm stocking up on ammo. We're running down back this way. I'm going to use this ramp as cover again. And I don't know if you can see, but there is an elite up there. And he's got a needler. Ugh. Hate needlers. Alright, let's see if I can nab this. Oh, he's being... There we go. He turned his shield sideways and I was able to headshot him. Okay. And what I'm doing here is I'm running all the way around to the other side. I'm going to come at that elite from a different direction. And yeah, through this little sand hill here. Alright. Now he goes into patrolling mode, and depending on how you load the game or what day of the week it or whatever, the patrolling mode may change a little bit. So what you got to do is you've got to kind of keep an eye on him and see how he patrols, and then that way you can pick and choose how you want to approach him. Okay, I knew from an earlier run that when he started walking towards the edge there, he was just going to walk all the way up to the edge, and I was able to go ahead and sprint up and assassinate him. There are times in that part of the mission where he'll just be standing there and you can go camo and sneak up behind him and get him. Other times it takes several tries to do this stuff. But anyway, we've activated that second power, whatever it is. And now we've got a couple of grunts and a couple of shielded jackals to take out. And because of my crating exercise, there's a lot less smaller number of enemies to deal with there. There used to be about 3 or 4 more grunts, and over here I'd have to deal with those 5 coveys, the 3 grunts and 2 shielded jackals, but they're bottled up behind those crates. And so what I got to do here is take out that jackal marksman, just aim for his flashlight thingy there, and he's down, and that will spawn 3 shielded jackals and 2 elites. And from this position, I want to take out the jackals. I'm going to be dealing with the elites from another position. Alright, I'm not shooting very well here. This is going to take a minute or two. Oh boy, I had an opportunity there and didn't take it. Alright. Okay, there goes one. There goes number 2. And I'm not really sure where number 3 is. And he may have gone up on the platform on the right, to my right. And I got the elite shooting at me. I'm looking around for number 3. Sometimes he will go all the way to the left and then down the center ramp here. But all I see are elites. So it's possible that I actually took him out and didn't realize it. He might be actually down on the right over here. Now sometimes you can fire at the elite from back here and just keep tagging him with a Covenant carbine and drop his shields. But other times he just jumps around and goes to cover, and you really can't fire rapidly enough and accurately enough to take him out. So I'm going to use another plan for the first elite. Running back over here towards the sand, right by this transformer thing or whatever it is. And I want to position the elite right about, okay, right there. So I can just see him, he can't see me, and I'm peppering him with the plasma pistol. And like a dummy, he just stands there and takes it. The idea here is to pepper him until his shields drop. They did. Headshot, he's down. Okay, now elite number 2 is a lot tougher to deal with. Actually turned out pretty easy in this run. Notice that when I started firing at the middle of it there, he ran to the left. Sometimes the game will glitch where he actually runs into this post that up here on the left. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of very carefully sneaking around, getting behind him, and boom, take him out. Sometimes it's that easy. Sometimes he's jumping around back there, and it's almost impossible to take him out. You have to kind of dance with him and position yourself. Now we got a couple of grunts in here, and threw a grenade in there. I was hoping to get him with a grenade, but at least
Now quick, to the cartographer.
move that crate enough so they came out and I could headshot them. And right now here I'm just ammoing up. Notice the cubbies behind the crates kind of jumping around trying to get out. Anyway, that second elite, if you can't take him out like that initially, just take your time and continue to work him until he does make that move into the post, because he eventually will do that. I got lucky because he did it right away. Okay, we've reactivated the cartographer, and now we're heading outside to the bridge.
But the project was only in prototype.
And the idea here is to fight our way all the way through the bridge to the last area. But we're gonna take some cubbies out and then run a little skip using the Banshee. You can try to take that gunner out. Sometimes I hit him, sometimes I don't. Alright, but the Phantom will ultimately go fly off into the distance. So what we want to do here, come up on the right side, do not get in that little circle area, because that is the elevator. It will activate and it'll go down. You want to take as many of the cubbies out from up here as you can. And I'm starting with the ones in the back as much as possible, and there's a few down here right below. Just headshotting them. What's interesting is that you can actually head shoot the jackal over the shield when he gets down there right below you. Okay, another grunt. Down. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this guy from up here. Oh, so I'll take the... yeah, I got him. Okay. That might be all of the coveys except for that elite up there. I'm not really sure. Okay, and I kind of jump down here. And sometimes Cortana says you could have at least taken the elevator. And I'm looking around to see if I've got any grunts or jackals left. And, yep, just the elite. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run down underneath. And now I'm going to have to take out some more jackals and grunts down here. A couple of grunts. Fire at, he turns around. Take out the jackal. Ooh. Grunt went flying, turned around, and I was able to headshot him. And actually, it's a nose shot. You hit him in the nozzle there. All right, what I'm doing now is I'm running up to bring that elite with me up to that point, up into the center area of the bridge, and then he'll start patrolling in that area. And I'm going to come back up here, and I have to take out, or try to take out, a phantom gunner, which is a grunt. And sometimes I get him, sometimes I don't. But the next target is a jackal sniper. You can see his headlight up there. I just went camo here. I got a little angle on him and I just took him out. Now I'm going to go after the elite. Kind of looking around to see if the the phantom came back. Alright, I decided to go ahead and go back and ammo up. Probably really didn't need to. Okay. Now, as it turns out here, if I'd have gotten the gunner and the sniper, the elite probably would have been rather immobile up here, just kind of looking back down towards where I came from. And I'd be able to sneak up and backsmack him real quick, but unfortunately, and I don't know whether or not it's just because of my bad luck or because I missed the gunner on that phantom, that he's now in patrolling mode. And it's going to take a little bit of time here to get him in a position to be able to he already saw me once, to be able to backsmack him or assassinate him. Alright. And we're still kind of looking around here. Yep, he saw me again. Get the heck out of Dodge. Okay, come back up for a third try. And kind of sneaking around. Oh shoot, he saw me. Get the heck out of Dodge again. Alright, come back down underneath. And hopefully the fourth time is the charm this time. Alright, coming back up. Easing around the edge here. Alright. Making sure there's nobody down there firing at me to alert the elite. And there we go, finally. Now there have been a number of runs where I've actually been able to do that right away, instead of having to dodge back and forth all the time, like I did. Now we're faced with some more coveys to deal with here. We've got a couple of shielded jackals we've got to take out. Well, I got one of them anyway. 2 or 3 grunts and an elite. And Okay, and there's the grunt on the left. I think just got everybody except for the elite. Now, some people like to get the elite moving one way and then rush up the platform and go the other way, if you will, to get up to that banshee that we're going to be using. And I'm using a little bit different technique here. I've got the elite going into grenade throwing animation, and I'm trying to get him on the left side, and there he goes. His own momentum, just as he was throwing a grenade, knocked him off the platform, and I could actually hear him screaming as he fell to his death. Okay, jump in the Banshee. There are a couple different routes to take, but this is the one I like. Fly up towards the edge here. Alright, come down. Maybe fire once, swing it to the right, jump out, and we're actually using the Banshee as cover from the concussion. I mean, that concussion rifle elite back there.
I guess we got there.
And waiting for the door to open here. And we're going to do a big major skip here. First thing we want to do, though, is we want to take these 3 grunts out. Notice that another grunt's coming up in a ghost, and we're going to grab that ghost. And I'm going camo. And as soon as I do, he sort of starts going sideways, and you can headshot him when he's sideways. Jump in the ghost. We run all the way up here. We've got an elite and 4 grunts to deal with, and I've got 3 of the splattered 3 of the grunts. Tried to splatter him and it didn't work. I'm beating him. Get my shields back here. Of course, he jumps in the ghost. I have to hijack it again. There we go. He's not quite dead yet. I'm getting out of the way so he can't throw grenades at me. And I'll take him out with a ghost. Now, if you can see off in the distance, I really didn't see that when I did my run. I did not kill the concussion rifle elite. Another elite spawned on the floor above me when I came into this little structure here. But I thought I got everybody, and basically I despawned all the enemies that were originally out here, but that elite that came out of the that corridor is still there, and he's basically firing at me. So I've got I EMP'd the ghost. I'm hijacking him. Alright, and now I'm going to stay close enough to get him throwing grenades at me instead of firing that concussion rifle. And I'm trying to drop his shields. The shields just popped. When that happens, he will charge. And basically, I just run him over. And now I'm going to try to do the final skip. This is the slippery rock skip, as Mythic Tyrant called it, the slipperiest rock on Requiem. Now I'm doing the same thing up here with this elite. Get him to actually throwing grenades. He kind of falls off that second floor down to the first. Trying to get him to pop his shields. There go the shields, and this particular elite flips over to a sword and comes at me, but at a very slow pace, and it's very easy to splatter him. So I would have done that anyway with that particular elite. I just had to work on the concussion rifle elite extra. Alright, jump up to the top of the rock, over to the support, crouch jump. By the way, that was a crouch jump across to the rock. Go camo, run, run, run. All you got to deal with is running past 2 grunts and a shielded jackal, and basically the mission is over. So we've got to run up into the building, get in an elevator, and to actually get to the true end of the mission, but all the fighting's over. We just skipped a major battle with elites and hunters and such. So doing the challenge, the weekly challenge for the XP is really up to the individual. To me, it all depends on how many XP are involved here, if it's worth doing the challenge just for the XP. But for the challenge itself, being able to do an SLASO run is quite rewarding, and would also give one a leg up on getting the LASO emblem. So, you know, I did this in 35 minutes and 2 seconds, I think. So it And I could have actually done it a little bit quicker. So this is kind of a little bit longer mission, but not as long as the original missions were. By the way, this was Mythic for me because I didn't have any deaths. This is a single segment. And basically, we're going to the cutscene now. We see the things down on the right hand corner. Hope this helps you in your challenge quest. Oldenaki signing off. Take care.